Anybody have questions? I think probably talked long enough. Just to kind of give you an idea of the home page, what you can get to on the home page, how you can get in touch with us, and just a little bit about the difference between the peer-reviewed and just popular magazines or journals, because I know you'll be asked to use scholarly or academic. Does anybody have questions? Yes?
Have you ever heard of evidence-based articles?
Yes. You can actually put that in. You can say evidence-based. There is the Cochrane, I think did I put Cochrane on here? Yeah. Cochrane Library is an evidence-based database. It's not real large, a grouping of information. So when you go in there, sometimes it's disappointing. But a lot of the articles now even indicate they're evidence-based, but you can use that as one of your limiting terms. Let me just look at, I have to get back to the page where I'm going to search here.
And that's this.
Yeah, this page, let me see if one of these categories down here, language, age groups, publication,
Doesn't look what I think.
document typing, case studies. I'm just going to see if it was here, document type, but I don't see it, so it should be at the top. Evidence of entertainment. Yeah, they don't. I thought some of these limiters may have evidence in them, but I don't see it at the moment. I'm going through all of these. There's document type from another database. Let's see. But you, like I say, you can always use those terms as limiting. Put it in quotes, evidence-based, or you could just probably say evidence in a medical database. It's not going to come up legally, I don't think. You know, like evidence in a legal application. No. So yeah, I think I would type it in. But if you go to Cochrane, you don't have to, because that's all evidence-based. And there's not a lot in there because it takes a while, I guess. I mean, don't you think that most of it would be evidence-based? I mean, what are they talking about if they're just,
Yeah.
it really annoys me, you know, always, evidence-based. I say, well, what have they been doing all these years? They haven't been treating with evidence, you know? I mean, it's like weird, but all at once, evidence-based. So anyway, there's a whole big file for it.
So why couldn't you just go to ethical folks and all of them should be evidence-based? What did you do? Is this a?
Well, you kind of hope so, but it does probably have a little bit more meat to it than what I'm making out. But some of the articles you'll get from your journals, searching and all, and PubMed and so on, are going to specify that it's evidence-based, but
Yes.
probably if you went back and tried to find it in Cochrane, it may or may not be there. I haven't done any of that double checking, because I see a lot of evidence-based articles that I assume aren't showing up there, because when I go in there, I don't find very much. But I think it's worth checking, because that's what it's supposed to be, evidence-based. Any other questions? Yes?
Can you just show an example, like when you go on to the data searching, and say if you're looking at peer reviews, and you click Save File, Save Record. So in other words, you're just looking at titles that catch your eye for the moment, and then it saves it onto your file, especially if you're logged on.
Yeah.
How can you, isn't there a way where you can actually make a folder? And
Yeah.
this way you can sort out.
Okay, if you look at the very top here where it says sign in, and so tiny I can hardly see it, I'm standing right on top of it. Sign in, if you sign in, and you can do that with PubMed, I think you can probably do it with most of the databases. Sign in, and it'll bring up Gizmo over here. You have to put your username and password, and you might want to make up a different one for EBSCO, so it's not your Sac State. I don't think it matters, but you just might want to. And then you log log it in there, and it will save it. Then next time, tomorrow or sometime when you come back, I think you click sign in again to make sure that it's, you know, it knows you're there, and then, because it needs your username and password, and then more of the articles you choose will keep piling up in there, and it will hold it for you, actually forever practically. And then you can go back anytime and look at all of those articles. And many grad students certainly do that because they're researching a little different way. Many times, you know, the freshmen and so on, they just want it for one time. And so when we leave this today, everything I opened up will be gone. But yeah, that would be the thing to do. And like I say, I know PubMed has a sign-in, probably most of the databases, but particularly people are interested in the EBSCO because it's so many different databases that you can use there. But once you're signed in, you should be signed in to their system. So if you went just to site info, you would still, through your sign in, they should understand you're there, you're still there. Yeah, so it's a good thing.
So in other words, once you sign in once to a search, they continue a search.
They hang on to what you
What you
got.
put
Now, I
in,
think
okay.
PubMed sometimes will add to, but I'm not going to swear to that. I think at one time they did add to your search. You might have to do more than just sign in to get them to give you things. But no, it will hang on to what you found, and then it will